Hi there, and welcome to this video where we will be attempting the Cambridge ICT 0417 curriculums 2023 May paper 2 variation 1. Okay, so this is the paper that we are going to be attempting in this video. Okay, so over here I have got the paper with me. Okay, so 0417 paper 2 variation 1 May June 2023 over here. Now, before we do get started, you will be required to have some data files with you. Okay. So over here, the data files have been mentioned. You need to have these data files with you in order to attempt this paper. Okay. So I do have my data files with me. My data files are over here. As you can see, I have all my data files with me. Okay, right. So the first thing, task 1, where we are supposed to create the evidence document. Okay. So we have to open this evidence file. Okay. And then we have to, let me zoom in a little bit. Okay, we have to ensure that your name, center number, and candidate number will appear on every page of this document. Okay, and then we save this document in your work area as evidence, followed by your candidate number. Okay, so I'm going to go into my folder. In my folder here, I have the evidence document. I'm going to double click and open it up. And as soon as this opens up, I'm going to double click and open the header. Okay, because they have told me it needs to appear on every single page. Okay, on every page. So you can either choose the header, okay, the top area or the bottom area, okay? So I'm going to go with the top area, the header, and over here I'm going to type, what am I supposed to type? Evidence, candidate number, okay? Sorry. Your name, center number, and candidate number, okay? So my name, 1234, 1234, and I'm done with the header, okay? So I'm going to close the header and footer, and I'm going to save this document as file, save as browser. I'm going to save this as, I'm going to save it in Word document format as evidence and 1234, okay, which is my candidate number. Okay, so I'm going to click on save. And okay, so right. So if I go into my folder, you can see I have my, it hasn't appeared yet. Okay, so now you can see my file has appeared over here. So moving on to the next part, it says over here, so now we are done with task 1, creating of the evidence document is done. Now we move on to task 2. Okay, so just a quick reminder that you will need your evidence document during the examination to place screenshots when required. Okay, now when you move on to task 2, it says you're going to edit a document for the Tawara Cycling Festival. The company uses a corporate house style for all their documents. Paragraph styles must be created and applied as instructed. So using suitable software, open the file J2321 Festival. Okay, so let's open it up using Microsoft Word. So J231 Festival is over here. I'm going to double click and open it using Microsoft Word. Okay, so the file has opened up over here. Now, the next thing that they have asked me to do is they have told me the page setup is set to A4. It's portrait with 2 centimeter margins. Do not make any changes to these settings. 3 paragraph styles have already been created. Do not make any changes to these unless instructed. Save the document in your work area with the file name Festival. Okay, so I'm going to come into my document, file, save as, browse. And I'm going to change this name to Festival. And once again, I'm going to keep it as a Word document. Okay. And I'm going to click on save. Make sure you're saving all your files in the same folder where everything else is. Okay, that's extremely important. Okay, so that your work is organized. Right, once that is done, it says place in your evidence document a screenshot to show that this file has been saved. Make sure that there is evidence of the file type. So when I go into my folder, you can see the file name is there. Also, the file type is there. Now, in your computer, if you do not see this, you can always come into the view. Okay, so now for me, view is over here. And I have chosen a detail view. Yeah, the file name, the file type, all that is visible. Okay, so maybe you're having something like this. Okay, maybe you're having a view like this. Okay, so you may want to change it into details. And even after changing into details, if you do not see the type column, you can simply right click over here and you can choose type from over here. Okay, so I'm going to take a screenshot of this area, Windows Shift S. Okay, take a screenshot. And I'm going to go into my evidence document, which is over here. And below evidence, step 1 evidence, I'm going to paste my screenshot over there. Okay, right. So I'm going to move on to the next question then. Okay, so moving on to the next one over here, it says place in the header of the festival document your name, center number, and candidate number, right aligned. So I'm going to go into the header. I'm going to double click and open the header and right align. Okay, so right align. What do we need there? We need name, center number, and candidate number. Okay, so name, center number, and my candidate number. Okay, so my header is done. I'm going to double click on the middle of the page and close my header. Okay, moving on to the next thing, it says place in the footer automated page numbers left aligned. So let's go and open up the footer. Let's scroll down and double click and open the footer. And on the left hand side, I need to put automated page numbers. Okay, so my cursor is already on the left. Okay, so that's all right. Page numbers, bottom of the page, and I want it to be left aligned. So this is good enough. Okay, it's already on the left. So we choose this and you can see your page number is on the left. Okay, so I'm going to double click on the middle of the page and come out of the footer. The next thing it says is make sure that all the alignments match the page margins. We didn't touch it. No other text or placeholders are included. The headers and footers are displayed on all pages. Okay. Now we are supposed to create and store the following style, basing it on the default normal paragraph style. So we need to create a new style. The specifications or the attributes or the properties of this new style called CF title has been given over here. Now you need to create a new style and it has to be based on the default or normal paragraph style. So when you come into your Word document, when you come to the festival document in the home tab, under the styles group, you can see already some styles have already been created for you. CF body, CF subhead, CS table. These styles have already been created for you. You are now supposed to create a new style. So I'm going to click over here and say create a style. And the name of this style is supposed to be CF title. Okay. It's supposed to be CF title. And I'm going to modify it. And remember, they told me that it should be based on the default or normal paragraph style. So style based on, you can say normal. Okay, there is no default option here. I'm going to say normal. Now, what are the properties of it? Number one is the font style is serif. It has to be a pointy font, a font that has pointy edges. So Times New Roman is the safest option to go with. The second thing is font size 32, center align, bold, italic. So font size 32, bold, italic, center align. Then single line spacing before 0, after 9. So let me come here, format, paragraph. Line spacing should be single, before 0, after 9. Okay, so let me see, I can't make this 9, type 9 there. Okay, so before 0, after 9, that's exactly what I have done. And I'm going to say okay, and I'm going to say okay. Okay, so I have created this new style that they instructed me to do so. So it has been done over here. Then it says, take a screenshot to show that you have defined the settings for the CF title style. So I'm going to right click on CF title, which is over here. I'm going to click on modify. So now the settings of it are clearly visible. I'm going to take a screenshot of this. Okay. So let me take a screenshot of this, Windows Shift S. And let's take a complete screenshot from here to here. And let's go into evidence document, which is over here. And let's say okay for this. And let's paste it over here. Okay, so my evidence is there. Then moving on to the next part of the question, it says, apply the CF title to the title Tawara Cycling Festival. So let's select Tawara Cycling Festival, which is over here. And let's apply the CF title style. Okay, so there you go. That has been applied. Okay. Then moving on to the next part, it says, change the page layout so that the subheading, the trails, and the following text up to including the paragraph ending, their equipment is safe. Let's first select that below. The trails. Where do we get the trails? The trails is starting here. And where do we go up to? We go up to their equipment is safe. Their equipment is safe is somewhere all the way over here. Okay, so the equipment is safe. So up to here. So I'm going to click over here, press shift and then click over here. The entire thing gets selected. You can even manually select with the mouse, drag all the way down, or you can just click over here at the beginning, hold on to shift and click at the end, and the entire thing will get selected. Now, what are we supposed to do here? is displayed in two columns of equal width with a 1.5 centimeter space between the columns. So I need to break this into two columns. So I'm going to go into layout. I'm going to go into columns and I'm going to break this into two columns. So you can see this has been broken into two columns. However, the spacing between the two columns should be of equal width, 1.5 centimeter space between the columns. So let's go into columns. Let's go into more columns and let's check the settings. So you can see over here, column width is equal, exactly like how the question paper told us. Column width should be equal. However, when it comes to spacing, it should be 1.5 cm. Okay, 1.5 cm. Okay, the computer is right now measuring in inches. Okay, that's why you see double quote. So you have to change it to 1.5 and put cm. So your computer automatically converts that into 0.59 inches. So we click on OK. Now that has also been done. Then the next thing we need to do is import the image J231 rider and place it in the paragraph beginning all trails start and finish. So where do we have that? All trails start and finish. So here. So I need to keep it at the beginning or at the end of it? Beginning. Okay, so I'm going to keep my cursor here. I've kept my cursor here. I'm going to copy the image, the rider image. I'm going to copy, which is over here. Control C. Come here and make sure your cursor is in the correct spot. And now press Control V. Okay, so it didn't work. There you go. The image has been pasted. Okay, exactly where they told me to paste it, I have pasted it. Now, the next thing to be done is reflect the image so that the bike points to the left. So we need to reflect this image. So when you click on the image, guys, you get picture format. Okay, and in picture format, you will get all these options of, reflecting it and all that. Okay, so click over here, picture format. And when you come over here, not here, will be somewhere over here, artistic, no, transparency, no, change picture, no, sorry, my bad. I need to reflect it. Okay, so I think it's not this one. It's somewhere over here. Okay, so there you go. Flip horizontal. Okay, so we're going to flip it horizontal over here. Okay, let me show you how I came over here. So they told me, what did they tell me? Bike points to the left. Right now, the bike is pointing towards the right now, so it needs to point towards the left. So what we do is we click on the image, we come to picture format, and we come over here. Okay, so we don't want to rotate it, we want to flip it horizontal. Okay, flip it horizontal like this. Okay, right. So that is also done. The next thing we do is format the image so that it is resized to a width of 4 centimeters with the aspect ratio maintained. Aspect ratio maintained means when the width changes, automatically the height should proportionally change with it. Okay, so when I click on this image over here, let's see if that happens. I'm going to change the, so I'm still in picture format. I'm going to change the width to 4 centimeters. Okay, so right now it's 2.57 inches. I'm going to put 4 cm. And if the image gets stretched, then aspect ratio is not being maintained. But if it proportionally changes with the height, then aspect ratio is being maintained. So you press enter and you can see it has proportionally changed. Okay, so 4 centimeter is equal to 1.57 inches. That has worked out perfectly. Okay. The next thing is it is aligned to the left column margin and the top of the paragraph starting all trails start. Okay, so it is aligned to the left. Okay, it is already to the left. And the top of the paragraph, so it has to be aligned to the top. Okay, so what we will have to do is we will have to we have to also wrap text around the image so that we can bring this down and it can start at the beginning of the text. Okay, so right now I can't do that. Okay, right now you see if I move, it doesn't move. Okay, undo. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to say wrap text and I'm going to choose height. Okay, so now do you see my image starts at the text itself. Okay, as you can see, it's starting at the text itself. Okay, so I just clicked on the image, I went into picture format, wrap text. Wrap text means adjust the text around the image. And I said type. Okay, so that is also done. The next thing that we do is apply bullets the text from bike handling for children to yoga for cyclists. Bike handling for children. Okay, so from here to here, we have to make it a bulleted list. So in the home tab, you have bulleted list. Just choose one of them and you have made it a bulleted list. Okay. Make sure that the bullets are indented 1.5 centimeters from the left margin. 1.5 centimeters from the left margin. Let's do that. So I'm gonna select this entire bulleted list. Okay, I'm gonna right click on it and I'm gonna go into font. Okay, so when we go into font, and if I go into advanced, no, I'm in the wrong place. I think I need to go into paragraph. So right click and let's go into paragraph. And over here, we do get indentation here. Okay, so we do get indentation over here. And here, 1.5 centimeters from the left. So I'm going to change this to 1.5 cm from the left. Next, what do we need? The list is in single line spacing with no space before or after each line. Single line spacing. So line spacing is single and before or after should be 0. So it's already 0. I'm going to make this after also 0. And we say, okay, that is also done. However, there is a 6-point space after the last item in the list. Is it clear? So for this particular last item, after this, there has to be a 6-point space. So I'm going to right click only for the last line. I'm going to right click. I'm going to say paragraph. And I'm going to say only for this, after this sentence, I want a 6-point space. And we say, so there you go. After the last point, there is a 6-point space before the next line starts. Okay. Right. Moving on, locate the table in the document, delete the entire column and contents with the heading lunch. Where do we get the table? Table is over here. So this entire column we need to delete it. Okay. So as you can see, entire columns and contents with the heading lunch. So let me see if I can select all these values. Okay. Right click and say delete column. Okay. So the lunch column has been deleted. I'll do it again. I'm going to press Ctrl Z and undo what I just did. Ctrl Z, undo. Select this entire column from here to here, then right click, delete column. Okay, so that entire column is gone now. Okay. The next thing is format the left column of the table so that it looks like the left column of this table. So we need something like this. So I think the first thing that I need to do is I need to put borders for the table so I can manage it a little more easily. Okay, so let me first select the entire table. Let's come into table design and let's put borders for the entire table. Okay, now it becomes a little easier for you to see where the content is. Now what I need to do is I need to merge this entire column. I need to merge. So I'll come into layout, and I'm going to say merge cells. Make this one cell. And now there has to be you can see here the font color is white and the background, the cell fill is black. So let's do that. Let's come to table design. Shading, I want it to be black. And the font, I want it to be white. Okay. And one more thing is you can see the text is this way. It's not horizontal, it is vertical. So we should be able to do that as well. In the home tab, you can see over here, if you can see where my cursor, not sorry, that's the wrong place. Somewhere over here. Oh, anyway, let's select this text. Let's select this text from here to here. Carefully select your text. Okay. And let me see table design, layout, if we get that option. Over here, we do get it. Okay, text direction. Can you see? In layout, we have something called text direction. I'm going to keep clicking it. Okay, I want something like this, but I want them to all be in the middle. So over here, you have middle aligner. Okay, can you see? Align center. Okay, so perfectly done. Next, what do we need? So you can see over here, the column is a little too small. Let's make this column slightly bigger. Even more bigger. Even more bigger. Okay, that's better. Yeah, everything else looks fine. Right. Apply the CF table style to columns 2, 3, and 4 of the table. Okay, columns 2, 3, and 4. Okay. So over here, we need to apply which style? CF style, which is over here. CF table style, which is over here. We need to apply this. So I'm going to click on that. It's also done. And then it says, make sure that all of the text of each row displays on one line. We have already, climb is going into 2 lines. So let's make it bigger. Okay, so now everything is displayed on one line. The next thing is 1 point black internal and external grid lines are displayed when printed. Okay, so let's do that. Let's select this 1 point. Let's go into table design. Let's go into the borders and shadings. So we want, right now it's only half a point. Let's say we want it to be 1 point. Okay, we want this to be 1 point. Okay, internal, external, all have been selected. Okay, all parts have been selected. So we say, right, that is also done. Next is, there is a 6-point space after the table. Okay, so after the table, so I'm going to keep my cursor here. I'm going to right click over here. I'm going to click on, so we don't get a option. So why don't I select this text over here, right click paragraph and say keep a 6-point space before. Okay, before I need a 6-point space. Okay, so then that's also done. Okay, right. Locate the text new in the table and format it to be superscript so that it looks like this. Okay, so new needs to be superscript. I'm going to select new. And in the home tab, here we have subscript and superscript. This is sub and this is super. So we click on superscript, that moves to the top. Okay, so that is also done. Next, what do we have? Spell check and proofread the document. Okay, so shall we do spell checking? Let's go into review, spelling and grammar. Okay, so you can see there is no major issues. So spelling, no problems at all. In grammar, we're having a few issues. Okay, shall we have a look at grammar? So children, it should be children with a full stop, full stop, full stop, full stop, concerns, possible, okay, whatever, event. Let's get these sorted out. Okay, so that's done. Okay, grammar is done. Right, what do we need to do next? Make sure that the list and table are not split over the 2 columns or pages. Okay, list and table shouldn't be split. No, the list is appearing fully here. The table is also appearing fully here. They have not been split. Okay, right. Then there are no widows or orphans. So widows or orphan, let's see from the top. You can see this is complete here. This is complete here. We do have a problem over here. So here it's breaking off. So I think we'll have to take this to the next page. Down, 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 down. There you go. That's there. Okay, everything else seems to be fine. Okay, everything, there are no widows or orphans. Nothing is breaking into another page. Okay, right, looks good then. Right. Then what do we have next? The origin, there are no blank pages, so we do not have any blank pages over here. Next, what does it say? The original styles are maintained. We didn't change any of the styles over here. We only changed one. All styles are applied consistently. Spacing is consistent with all items. Save the document using the file name and format used in step 1. So we're just going to click on save. Okay, we click on save and then print the document. So for printing, what do? We press Control P. Okay, Control P. Choose your printer from over here. From over here, choose your printer, and then you can go ahead and click on print, and then you will be done with document production. So with that, we have come to the end of task 2. Okay, and in the next video, we will be moving on to databases or data manipulation. Okay, so I hope this video has been of a lot of benefit to you. Okay, and see you in the next video.